Hello everyone, Humphrey here with routergods. We're going to take a closer look at the Intel NUC. We're going to see what comes inside the box. We'll take a look around the computer, see all the different ports, and then we're going to open this bad boy up and see what's inside. First off, I'd like to apologize. In the past video, the preview, I told you that this will take a 2.5-inch SSD drive. It can take SSD. This particular model, the YWK, will only take an mSATA SSD. If you see the model end in KH or KH1, those will take a 2.5-inch SSD, or regular hard drive will work. All right, so just keep that in mind. Also, before you order this thing, make sure you check the order form very closely, because some models, I guess, do not include a power cord. So some people are talking about that on the internet. My particular version, I had to click an extra box for the power cord, a couple extra bucks, but you definitely want to make sure you get a power cord with this. If you do mess up and you buy it without the power cord, it is the 3-prong version. You should see this at most electronic stores, but just something to think about. All right, what comes inside the box? You get a box of screws. You get the Intel little sticker, Core i5 sticker. You get the power brick. It's an external power brick, and it's almost as big as the unit itself. Taking a closer look at the end of the power plug, pretty standard there. You get a VESA mount. Okay, so I guess the bag of screws goes with this, and this lets you connect this to the back of a monitor. We get the unit itself. We'll take a look at that in a couple seconds. You get some instructions. Let's see here. This is the Intel McAfee, whatever, live scan virus stuff. We'll forget about that. You get a nice attention, be careful. This thing does not come with memory. It's a bare bones kit. And also tells you where to download drivers and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Good thinking on Intel's part. And then you get a sheet, a fold-out sheet, very little text, just some regulatory stuff at the bottom, but it's all pictures telling you how to open this thing up, and you really don't need to read this, but if you've never built a computer before, it may be helpful. Taking a look at the computer, you can see we're back here, and just to give you an idea of how big this is, that's a mouse. That's my wireless Logitech mouse there, so not very big. All right, the shiny black plastic on top, very glossy, it attracts fingerprints like crazy. So just be careful with that. You get a power button, you get the light. Over here, you've got 2 USB 3 ports. You've got a headphone jack and infrared. Over here, you have the Kensington lock. And then on the back, you've got 2 kind of vents at the top. You've got the power port on the bottom left, mini display port, mini HDMI, Ethernet, gig Ethernet, and 2 more USB 3 ports. What I'm going to be putting in this bad boy are 2 sticks of G.Skill Ripjaw. These are 1.35 low voltage, 8 gigs each, so going up to 16 gigs on that. This is laptop memory. Remember, this thing is so small, it only takes laptop memory. And the Samsung 840 EVO 120 gigabyte SSD. So this is an mSATA SSD. On the bottom of this unit, we've got 4 screws right there. Just standard screwdriver. Pretty easy. You don't have to uncover anything. Some other mini computers, they've got like rubber feet that you take off, but here it's pretty nice. You just unscrew it. Nothing to bother to block a screwdriver. So let's take this apart. Wow, so this thing is actually pretty tough to disassemble. So this bottom thing here, what a lot of people have been doing is they've been taking a screwdriver and putting it in between the, I guess this is aluminum, and the plastic part here to wedge it out. I found an easier way. These rubber feet here, after you unscrew all 4 screws, pull on this and it comes straight out. So it's not that tough after you figure out how to do it. So we'll just lift straight out. And there's the bottom there. This is the thermal pad, and Intel tells you not to mess with this. Keep that on. And let's take a look. We've got the two slots here. This is for mSATA, and also if you've got a mSATA Wi-Fi, you can put that. So the SSD and the Wi-Fi you could pop there. We've got a SATA port, And we've got 2 ports for the memory. So, all right, putting in our first stick, they really can only go one way. You just follow the slot markings here. So there's a side that has fewer pins than other. You just pop it in there diagonally like so. You push down and it should click. And that is good. We take the other one, orient it correctly, slide it in there diagonally 45 degrees, push down, and it locks in place. Man, that's easy. If you had 2 hands, you could probably do that in less than 5 seconds. Taking a look at the mSATA, you can see right here that we've got a kind of a riser screw right there. What you need to do is you need to unscrew that, put the mSATA SSD in on the top port, because this bottom one right here is for the Wi-Fi, and they've got a takedown here, kind of a screw there that holds down that card. But we'll be putting the mSATA SSD on this top portion. So I know that mSATA SSDs have been around for quite a few years. This is actually my first time ever installing an mSATA SSD. Here's the 840 EVO. You can see it's man, 120 gigs in this thing. These go up pretty far. I think I've seen like 512 gigs, 256 gigs. So a pretty nice package if you don't have space for a full SSD. All right, mSATA is going in. I'm guessing it goes diagonal like that. And then I just have to pop the screw back on to hold it down. Okay, you see that we have a very clean setup. Our memory and mSATA drive are in. We've got the bottom plate here that we're about to pop back on. Now you'll see that there's that thermal tape there, the thermal tape or paste or whatever the heck it is. I think it's tape. But this part has to go over the mSATA devices. And the reason for that is the mSATA devices will probably get very hot, especially if you've got the Wi-Fi in there as well. So this will be going over this part. So just something to keep in mind, and I think it only goes that way. Like if you try to do it the wrong way, it might not correctly screw in. But here we're gonna pop this thing back on, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. In the next video, I'm gonna be powering this thing on and setting it up for VMware ESXi. Once again, my name's Humphrey Chung with routergods. Thanks for watching.